She sells seashells by the seashore.
She sells seashells by the seashore. By the seashore, she sells seashells.
Yeah.
She sells seashells. She sells seashells by the seashore.
So how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if woodchuck could chuck wood?
Yep.
What a woodchuck.
I'm trying to find a German one that I thought was really hard when I did it. But it's hard to find.
If you had 2 witches and 2 watches, which witch would watch which watch?
Ah,
Ooh.
here it is.
That's a good one, Chad.
So this is one that uses a lot of which is a sound you don't have in English. But it's 60 tschechische Chefchemiker scheuchen keuche chinesische Mönche in seichte Leuchtteiche.
3, 2, 1.
Do you want to try?
I don't
No.
even know what you just said,
I don't. It's like nonsense, but yeah.
but I could tell that it was hard to say.
Yeah. It's a
You
lot
did
of
great. Kind of cool.
If you want us to do tongue twisters, I'm also down to do
You
that
can.
for 35.
Yeah. Send them
in.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we still, have we gotten any, what are we at for after that last donation?
I think we're
550?
at 555 after that last
Okay.
donation.
Very nice.
570.
570.
Okay.
We can get to 1,000 on our shift. I don't know how much time we have left.
I'm laughing because somebody in chat is saying, okay, now I'm floating and my furniture is too.
Set me down.
Very good, very good. I appreciate it. So yeah, we'd be down to do that.
Teal.gg/RWF-donate. Send in your tongue twisters.
That's right.
So it's interesting. We actually are kind of gaining a little information about the difficulty curve of the raid as they're working through heroic here. It seems like the first 3 bosses, Vexy, then Cauldron of Carnage, then Rick Reaver. It seems like those bosses are pretty easy for them to one-shot on heroic, but then you get to Sprocketmonger, and I mean, you can see most of the helpers are dead.
Yeah.
Even one of the raiders is dead at this point. You can see there's definitely a big ramp up when they get to Sprocketmonger, and then obviously when they get to One-Armed Bandit.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's a lot that comes at you in this. There's like those beams coming from the side in multiple areas. And you can see they dug out.
Yeah.
I mean, right now you can't really
Yeah, they're
avoid
wiping it
anything. But
I love what Jack was saying earlier for this boss fight, that they have figured out a great way to show you what mechanic is coming next.
yes.
Which usually you rely on boss bars
Yeah,
for. But this
that's so
boss
true.
fight, if you just look at your conveyor belts, he's actually carrying in his mechanics. So you can always see like what is next, and you don't even need like a DBM. You can just see it. It's actually pretty good. I love that they figured this out.
I think it's cool. Yeah. The mechanics correlate to an invention that comes down that conveyor belt that you can see right there.
We have our
That's
other
right.
group here. First group that we were watching just wipe, but we swapped over to the second POV so we can have constant action here for us to run through. Yeah, it's kind of nice because it seems like it's pretty similar most of the time, and then it kind of resets the phase where you can see they have all 4 quadrants covered. Only the conveyor belts are safe right now. Of course, the boss knocks you right back right before doing this, and then it just keeps going here. You can do void turrets are coming in. There's a couple other things spawning on the other conveyor belts that we can't see from this POV because we're just a cat meleeing the boss. Gotoy, a new member of the guild, just joined this past farm.
What'd you call him?
Gotoy. That's the name of this feral druid. It's Shay.
Doy
Why is it-
Toy?
Gotoy. That's the name of his feral
Why is
druid.
it called Gotoy?
I think that's just his actual name.
Nickname?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's nice. I bumped into him in the hallway.
Like actually bumped in, or like
No, like,
you were talking to him?
yeah,
Okay.
saw him. Yeah.
Yeah. I think all of the raiders are nice. They're like all very chill, very happy to like be
Yeah.
talked to, and I'm still always scared. I always feel like I am interrupting them and like
I know, right?
their mental preparation, and then I talk to them and they're like just chilling, you know.
Mhm.
Hanging
Okay.
out.
They're all super chill until they get to the last boss. Then
Yes.
they kind of enter locked in,
Yeah.
don't mess with me territory. But until then, they're usually all super chill, just chill dudes.
Just some guys, you know,
Yep.
playing
a
some
little
WoW.
Warcraft with the boys. In the pro lab vibes.
What do you guys, no new memes have really emerged yet, I don't think, right?
Like today.
Just, yeah. Or before today with the guild. I don't think I've seen any new ones yet.
There are some questionable ones.
There are a few questionable ones. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I don't think I've heard any big ones like the liquid up. I
Yeah.
haven't heard that yet.
Oh yeah. Wait,
You guys have
what's the?
the liquid up. It's like the
There's
liquid
like a
up.
super specific way you have to do these three
liquid-
fingers with the L. Yeah.
The liquid up.
You have to talk to Shaq about it. It's
You
his
have to do it like this with like the pointed fingers.
yeah.
It's like
Because
the
you make
liquid
the L
up.
with these two
Yeah.
fingers.
Oh, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Okay.
liquid up.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know there was like a motion that came with
Yeah,
it.
You have to do
put
the
up.
thumb too.
You gotta do
Oh.
the whole.
So this is the L, but this finger has to point outward.
This
for
got more
shoving.
complicated.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's the
I don't
liq-
like that.
the
None of us
liquid
could
up.
really get it down last time.
No.
Shakib had a lot of
The liquid
problems
up.
with it.
This feels like me trying to do the zoomer heart. I don't know
The zoomer
what
heart.
my fingers do. Yeah.
I'm very bad at this one too.
I don't get it.
And then there was also of course from last raid, face the
Yeah.
type shift.
Type
Tojo.
shit. Type shit.
Nothing on that level so far. It
Walmart.
seems.
Yeah. They kind of they kind of like reset every tier.
Yeah.
With the memes, they don't like using old memes.
They do
Which I
still.
respect.
They do still use that young dip hit a skip.
Yeah, that one's Sometimes
was
you hear the
good.
old ones.
That's just a classic moment.
It is. Yeah. Some stay around for a long time.
They actually included that in
In the week
official
chorus.
Warcraft sort of race video that they put out today.
Yes.
Which the young dip.
Preach did a video with Warcraft. It's on
Oh.
the Warcraft YouTube channel.
When?
They did it like today.
Oh.
They did like a preview for the race.
And young dip.
And
with the
there's a
skips in
clip
there.
of Young Dip hitting a skip in the video.
That is just
So
a classic.
stupid.
You can't ignore how much of a classic it is. Thank you for recognizing that greatness.
Yeah. Thank you for respecting our big poppy.
Darny hit a Void Orb here, unfortunately. It's going to be a death for him.
I think my favorite Shakib moment is when they were like in the middle of Prague and he logs out and changes his name. It was like Donkey Gary or
Yep.
something.
Yep.
In the middle of Prague, which is so silly because you have to reset all your weak auras and stuff.
It was in the middle of Halandra's Prague.
just ripped a name change mid Prague. I respect it.
Guys, I can't log
Sometimes
in.
you have to do it.
Sometimes it calls on you. A
It's-
name change calls on you.
Important for the vibes.
That is so
Shakib-
true.
Shakib truly is a vibe crafter.
He is a
I don't
vibe
know-
crafter.
I don't know if I don't use that word lightly, but he is quite good at crafting good vibes.
I like that crafter.
Yeah.
It's very true.
a vibe crafter.
Well, I think-
Has anyone checked on Nick's M intake this raid so far?
Not yet. I could go run back there.
He's a notorious monster cracker. He loves to just crack those M's nonstop.
Yeah,
back
also
to back to
very
back.
late. And there's like a rule that they can't have them too late.
Oh, he
And-
does not.
Nick just never
Those
follows
rules
that
don't
rule.
apply.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just.
Have you guys cracked an M yet today?
I have cracked an M.
I
earlier.
haven't yet because I have late shift and I'm
oh,
going to
you'll
do it
get
then.
in there for the late shift.
Smart.
Yeah. I've got my mean bean here.
Your mean bean?
Yeah, vanilla coffee flavor.
Oh, those are good ones. I hadn't tried one in a long time because I just wanted the juice ones.
Mm-hmm.
But the coffee ones are good. They're tasty.
They have like Monster Reserve flavors here.
Oh yeah, those are good too.
I had the peaches and cream one earlier. I usually don't like the carbonated ones, but that one's pretty good.
Wait, Bubba, show us your food.
4,
What is it?
Show the food.
Oh, that looks
Wait.
phenomenal.
Wait, we got.
mac and
Oh
cheese
my
with
god, that
barbecue
actually looks
brisket.
insane.
You enjoy your
Churros.
food.
It smells so good.
Thank you for showing.
Thank you, Bubba.
Sheesh.
You're doing great.
Dinner is soon.
And to everybody that is now coming back from the ad break, we are unfortunately required to run those ads on the top of the hour.
Are they complaining?
Every single hour.
Is there something they can do to not see them?
I think so,
They
Zyro.
actually can. They can just sup, and here's what. It will count for the entire race to world first. So
Oh.
great investment strategy.
Or they could just watch the ad and shut up because it supports the race.
You
do
can
that too.
just Sub.
Or they could sub. Sub's good
Just
too.
sub.
Subbing's good.
Prime is free.
Sorry, that was a little aggressive. Apologize.
No, subscribe now.
Subscribe now.
You guys are so passionate about subs.
Yeah?
It's crazy.
Yeah, we are.
Doesn't matter who it is.
No.
I'm always going to try to get people to sub
Yeah,
to the stream.
gotta get the homies doing the hype train.
Can you guys believe that I were trying to get people to sub to Mix's stream earlier today, and she didn't want us to do it?
Dude, we farmed for her, and this is how she repays. She's not even
I
grateful,
did not
Zyro,
ask for
what we
this.
did to her.
Oh,
That's crazy.
my chat cannot behave. It is, and you guys are enablers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
my job.
What about it?
if you don't want to spend money, then let us give money to you, because Coinbase is giving you $20 in USDC if you sign up to their account. Head on over to tl.gg/Coinbase RWF, and you're getting that deposited straight away, and you're participating in all of our giveaways that we're running for every single boss killed. So very, very quick sign up that is happening there. All you need to do is verify that you are indeed a human, and then you also have the chance to win the grand prize to get flown out to the next race to World First. You get to meet the casters probably and all of the raiders and just hang out and have fun. So yeah, use that promo code TeamLiquid20 or just go on over to that link. It gets auto applied when you head on over to the link. And with that, yeah, I think everybody should be signed up now, no?
They're putting the camera on and I don't have my shoes on yet.
Oh,
Hold on.
it's okay. We're
thank you.
covering
We're ready,
for
guys.
you.
Wait a
We're
minute.
ready.
It's all
Wait.
right. So yeah, big
I'm
shout out
just-
to Coinbase. They're our presenting sponsor here, and Aya's wiggling her legs, so she's ready.
I'm ready.
Do we wanted to show the difference between the two of
Oh,
you.
yeah,
It's
like-
actually funny. It's just look
chilling.
at her. She can't even reach the floor. Why are you
so
so
ridiculous.
short?
I mean, because if I sit, I mean,
Even
even
like
if I have
this,
my
you can
knees all the
barely-
way, like,
Why?
I'm still, but then I'm like, I don't fit.
That's crazy. That is actually crazy.
That's why I have to have my feet up, because otherwise, like, this is so awkward.
Well, we are going to give you some time to consider that and think about it, because we are going to be going to a Monster Energy listen-in. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors, first and foremost, Coinbase, our presenting sponsor, but of course, also to Honda Secret Lab, Alienware, RaiderIO, MyBlue, Monster Energy, Wowhead, Warcraft Logs, DungeonDojo, as well as our charity partner, Santa Monica Animal Shelter. So do check them all out. Give them lots of love. They make this event possible. With that, we'll be back after a quick little break.
Now. Right now. Phaser in 3, 2, 1, now. Getting beams, dodge, and inventions popping at the same time.
10,
Never mind, it's gonna pop on the wire transfer in 5 seconds.
7, 6,
We're going far.
5,
Go down the middle.
4,
Don't be in the electricity.
3,
This is gonna hit hard. Drills, get out. Towards the edge if you can, away from the boss. Getting one tank bomb, I'm gonna AMZ it. Again. And then we're getting rockets. Look at where the rockets are coming. They're coming from that side of the rim. Dodge them. And then we're getting new mines as well. Chance people, put your AMZ down on top of the boss.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Wolf, you're gonna pop
5,
insta in 3,
4,
2, 1, pop.
2, 1.
Boom, you're gonna pop in 3, 2, 1, pop.
You just leave it on me until the tank bomb.
Elbow, you're gonna pop in 3,
Okay.
2, 1, pop. Drills out. And then we're getting stuck towards the middle. Don't get sucked into the magnets or the electricity on the middle as well. Pop 1 defensive, everybody in 3, 2, 1. Now, your biggest one. Good. And then the next one we're getting is drills. Drills are gonna go to the edge. Absolute edge.
7,
Everybody else who doesn't get the drill, you're gonna stack on skull.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Drills to the edge. Everybody else come to skull now. Then make it here for the knockback. Getting knocked back soon. And then we're running up the middle. Slow. Don't run into the electricity on the floor.
Watch me, I'm stunned in the lightning. Watch me.
Almost done. 5 more seconds. Watch your feet. And electricity spawning. We're gonna get big rake hit, and then mines. I'm gonna put my MZ down for it. Be in the MZ. Mines are spawning. Be away from the mines. Don't step in them by accident. I'm popping first. In 3, 2, 1, popping.
Careful.
I'll
Yips.
go
3,
next.
2, 1, popping.
Popping now.
And splat. You're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, now.
Are you taunted?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay,
I'll
it's
just,
fine. I'm coming back. Yeah, I got it. It's fine. You can be bossing me for a bit.
I'll just come back and take it back. It'll be fine.
Getting big sonic boom and jumbo beams. Thought. This is getting electrified. We have to run.
5,
Yep.
Be off the
Other side.
electricity.
3,
Drills.
2, 1.
Drills out.
I'll let you take the thing, I think.
Yep.
And take boss.
Yeah.
Kind of crammed in tight here. Just wolf rally this hit. And beams and rockets at the same time. Look at the rockets. They're coming from the other side of the room. From that side. Look at them. Don't get hit. Don't get hit. Don't get hit. They're still coming. Don't get hit. Hands people, put your aim Z down on the boss. Watch out. Mines are spawning now. Don't step on the mines. Wolf, you're going in 3, 2, 1, pop.
2, 1.
Dips, 3, or sorry, Boomy,
Not
3,
me.
2, 1, pop. And Tobo in 3, 2, 1, pop. There's a drill in melee. Watch out for it. Watch the melee. We're all getting fucking roasted. Beams and magnets. Everybody's biggest defensive in 2, 1, now. And don't get sucked into it. Don't get sucked into it. Don't get sucked into it. Use a health zone if you have to. Good. Okay, we're alive. Okay, now we're just getting a nice little fun drill. And then we're getting
5,
knocked.
4, 3,
Skull marker if you are not picked for the drill.
Take boss if you can, Boomy.
Yeah.
Skull marker if you're not picked for the drill. And then be careful. This is a kind of weird angle. There's a drill that got dropped in the way. Just make sure you don't get electrified. Find your way to the middle quick. Good.
Oh, apparently I got knocked in the hole.
And res impec. We have an extra one as well, so it'll be
Yeah,
good.
I'll ping where I am.
Yeah, you
I'll
can
get you up,
just,
so.
You can still kill with this many dead.
Yeah, we're good.
Just this is what I'm talking about before. So like after these first mines, you call the first 3 people doing mines, you call yourself, and then you want to have the boss near the middle of the room so you can quickly swap slides after the.
I'm going first. Dropping my AMZ.
Third.
Me first.
Second.
Popping. 2. Yips.
Going now.
You don't need to call the people doing it. They'll call themselves.
Going.
Tank bombs to go far side of the room, not close side. You'll do way too much damage. Good. Now we're gonna dodge lasers in like a couple seconds, or orbs, sorry, and then in 10 seconds we're all going to like the square and orange side of the room. Everyone dodge orbs. Tobo, you're gonna roar, dodge orbs, and everyone else go to the other side of the room. 3, 2, 1, go.
5,
Don't hit orbs. Stop that. That's insane. Don't do that. I haven't even seen someone get hit by an orb yet, and I just saw like 5 in a row. That's crazy. All right. We're about to get sucked.
Can you just take the boss yips?
We're gonna get
Yeah,
sucked
you can
before,
leave
okay?
the tank bomb.
Do not
I'll
have
run
the
out at the
boss-
end.
Yeah,
Do not
yeah.
have the boss near the middle. You're gonna kill them. They'll get sucked into the middle. Get the
Going out in
big
one.
bar. Oh, big damn on the raid here. Do not get sucked into the middle. The bosses. Be really careful, melee.
Boomy rally.
Yeah.
Watch orbs. Watch orbs. Orbs will kill us.
I can take in one.
Last
Okay,
set of mines.
mines are
I'm
spawning right
fine
now.
You can leave it on me until the tank bomb.
I
Yeah,
do
just take it
first.
back then,
I
take
do
it back then.
first. I do mine.
It'll be taunt I'll leave it on you and
Good
just take it
second.
back and.
I'm doing second. I'm doing now.
Rails.
And someone has to go far for
Yeah,
third.
I'm going.
W. Okay, tank bomb is going to go to the other side of the room, and then this is going to be the hardest thing. It's suck, laser, plus orb dodge, okay? You're getting sucked to the middle. Don't touch the middle. Dodge the lasers, and now just don't get hit by orbs, okay? Do not get hit by orbs. This is Hellstone personal right here if you got it. This is the end of the fight. Wirestone transfer should be safe. Get off the lightning. Get off the lightning. Blast boss, and I think you have time.
5, 4,
You have to just beat the Giga Death cast. Nothing else happens. Drills don't drill in melee. Healers
Take boss
DPS.
Boomy.
You can take that
Healers
res.
DPS, by the way. Healers full
Take the
DPS.
res.
Yep.
Take the res. DH.
Take the res, please. Anyone take the res.
Rat, take the res.
Hit the boss.
Wipe it.
Yep, good call.
What is killing them? Where? What phase?
Anything and everything.
Yeah. Hold on, Paul.
Did you guys prune before this boss?
They were fine before this boss.
Okay, boss, this one is a lot
Prepare here,
easier.
by the way. We often broke when I rest.
I
should
should
bring some people
where, where are your all's knockbacks
Yeah.
happening? Are you guys all on one treadmill and it's the knockbacks in a straight line, so they're like not getting knocked in the middle or anything?
I'm just knocking. I'm stacking them on me, and we're just landing on the middle, and nobody's in the
Landing on the
electricity.
middle, what?
Like conveyor belt.
Middle conveyor.
Okay, so they're not dying to that, so it's just it's like missiles. Let me watch. I mean, you guys can just pull, but let's see.
Care for the holes.
Also,
I got knocked
was that the
behind the
pull where
boss.
someone fell down on the pole and was dead the entire
Yeah.
fight?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
2, 1.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because that would have killed it.
Hey, he's here now. Hey.
Okay, don't touch these mines. Communicate which ones are being soaked. If you're not
Me
in a
first.
guild, don't stand on them.
Me.
I'll go next.
3.
Going.
Going.
Okay, tank bomb is happening. Tank bomb, other side of the room.
Nick is DC. Oh, Nick's not here.
Oh, make sure he lives this, the laser.
10.
Okay,
9,
wire transfer to the other side of the room. Who can grip him if he's not ready? Everyone go to the other side of the room. Go, 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 go. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out.
2.
Drills out.
Is Nick at his computer yet?
No, he's. I don't know where he is.
Okay, well he's still alive. That's hype. Is he on
Yep,
top
touch
of
barrel.
Guys,
You
you
touch
should.
barrel. Here we go.
Yes. Confused.
Mines are in 15.
I'll do first one.
Okay, now this is going to be mines in 5. He's doing number 1, dodge missiles, dodge missiles.
9, 8,
Mines in 3, 2. They're spawning now.
5, 4,
Range be
3,
range. You're getting drills right now.
1.
5 next. Going. Just let me do this one, Yips.
Who's doing 3?
I'll do 3.
Okay. You're getting sucked into the middle here.
Your biggest defensive you have in 2 seconds. 2, 1. Now.
Wire transfer's happening. Just make sure you're not on the lightning that's happening after this. So get on top of the boss. On top of the boss. Ranged.
10.
Good.
9, 8,
Okay. We're doing one more drill and then there's a knockback.
5, 4, 3,
Stack on skull if you don't get picked with the drill. Make sure you bait at the edge first. Get on skull. Get on skull. Someone dropped it in the way. It's a little sketchy, but should be fine.
Nothing's in the way. Just get
Is that
knocked
right?
in the middle of the room. W.
Fucking through the gate, in the gate.
Wait, what?
Just knock him to
Why are
the
you
bait
getting knocked
spot,
over
and then I
there?
do that. I'd guide both the
That's
range and the
definitely
melee.
Just get him. Yeah, there's an easy way to do it.
What's the easier way?
You just put the boss in the middle of the room and have them all just stand on the conveyor belt and get knocked in a straight line right next to where the boss is.
Yeah, that works too.
There's no gate involved. You're just fucking there. All right, don't be on the lightning.
I'll go
Okay,
first.
communicate mines. 1, 2, 3. Say your name.
Advance people, put your aims. I'm going first.
I'll go next. Going.
I'm
Who's doing
doing
3? Okay, splats 3. Good. You can say that before they spawn, by the way. You don't need to communicate it in real time. Makes it harder. Other side of the room. Okay, raid damage soon. Get laser, big laser. I think there's a little boss moving here. Everyone just be ready. There's going to be a side of the room that gets covered in lightning in a few seconds. You need to move from it. It's on top of you. Move to the diamond and triangle. Diamond and triangle. Move there.
2,
Only
Drills
boss
are
on me.
spawning range. Range are getting drilled. Okay. And then we're getting a tank
5
bomb.
second.
And we're about to get lasers plus rockets. So big laser, get safe. And then rockets are spawning. So rockets are coming at you. Watch out. They're right at the raid. Very danger. Do not get hit by that.
10,
Good. Okay, mines are in 3 seconds.
second.
Communicate.
I got 3.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, there's 1. Do 2. Good. And 3 is now. You're getting drilled ranged. We're about to get a suck plus laser, I believe. Suck and laser. Suck and laser. Be careful here. Suck plus laser. You're getting sucked to the middle. Do not get sucked into the laser.
on defensive right now.
Okay, and then it's just drill into knockback.
Can you put the boss in the middle so we can all line up there?
After the drills, yeah.
4,
Just range, don't be on the conveyor belt. Now pull the boss to the conveyor belt. Okay, pull the boss to the conveyor belt. Now
Everybody
everyone
be on the
besides
belt.
drills, get on the conveyor belt, and you're literally just standing in front of the boss as a group. It's fucking piss.
Just watch the drills on the boss.
Okay.
You can take the first one. Boomy, I think it's
Any
easier on
time
like the
stars?
stacks.
Yeah, right now.
You can just take boss now. if you want.
Can
Yeah.
people in our raid soak the things coming out, the fire traps for them, so they don't die? Okay, everyone keep dodging. Looking much better. All right, so this is the first part. Getting first mines communicated within our
Me.
group.
1.
3. 2.
Okay, same as last time. Good.
Second pop.
Be off of the things, guys. Beautiful. 2 is popping. Watch your HP. And 3 is popping. Tank bomb goes far side of the room. We're about to get the first invention, which is orbs. This is going to be orbs into moving other side of the room. Okay, so the boss should be like near the middle here, so it's closer. Like, yeah. So just dodge orbs, guys. Just watch the orbs and dodge. And when I call for it, you're going to move to the other side of the room that you're not on now. Do not get hit by orbs. Everyone run to the other side of the room. 3, 2, 1, go.
Actually, watch the orbs in the middle. We just have
Do not run through the orbs. Run to the other side of the room. Get there. Go.
And rolls.
I have a
Feeling,
wrist.
feeling amazing right
I
now.
have a
fine
wrist.
to me. You can leave the boss on me.
I have a
Hey.
wrist.
We do have a res. Anyone in our guild? Okay,
No.
tank bomb will go far side, not close side. We are getting sucked into the middle plus orbs. Suck plus orbs. Do not get sucked
Your
into the
biggest
lightning
defensive
and dodge
in 3
orbs,
seconds.
guys.
2. 1. Defensive. Dodge.
Why are you calling defensive there?
Because there's always going to pop. And the magnets hurt.
7,
Keep my short tank orbs as well.
You would use it for the raid damage earlier, though.
I'm second here.
I'm
Pop
doing
like
first.
crazy.
1.
Okay,
Boink.
do first,
I'm not.
please. Whoever just said they would do first.
Wolf.
They're out.
Okay.
Please do. Whoever just said they do first, please do it. Good. Now second, go now.
Yeah, going.
Okay, and everybody we're
rally.
getting sucked plus orbs plus lasers. Hellstone, health pot, everything. Did we do all the mines?
Yeah, I got third. You should be fine.
Probably gonna die over here.
It's fine.
It's okay.
Good luck.
We're turbo okay. Just don't get hit by orbs and you're chilling.
8,
I'll miss you.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Drills out.
1.
Call for defensive there because we had 2 pops happening at the same time, plus the raid damage. And it hurt.
Prelude.
Boom.
Yippee!
Was very rare. Ooh, here we're
I think we're meeting for
You
loot.
guys are meeting for loot and then taking dinner. Amen.
Make sure you trade me first so I can boost a string.
Yippee.
Yay! And double check your bags, you don't have any items so you can trade.
Welcome back here at the Team Liquid Race World. First presented by Coinbase, and while our Raiders are taking their dinner break, we're still here for a little while longer, which is nice. We were just talking about how some of these bosses seem a little bit harder than the others already in the heroic split, so that tells us something about the Mythic. Speaking of Mythic, when do you think we're going to see it?
Probably at the earliest Thursday. But looking at how difficult the splits have been today and how much more we still have left to do, Thursday, Friday, probably more leaning towards Friday right now, in my opinion.
Really? What about you, Aya?
If you had asked me in the beginning of the day, I would have said Thursday, but I'm
Uh-huh.
kind of with you now. It seems like it's ramping up also. You know, if you look at previous tiers, there wasn't ever really like a nice steady increase in difficulty, and it seems like we're really getting that this time, and we're really seeing that now that we're in heroic. So I agree. I said mid-Thursday. Can I change it? Am I allowed?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think Friday.
I don't think we did predictions for when we're getting in Mythic splits.
Yeah, no,
Or
we
Mythic
didn't. Not
raids.
officially, so I can do whatever I want. What about you, Makes?
Tettles, when are we going into Mythic? Ugh,
Oh
move on.
no, even Tattles.
You can move on. I
That's
thought,
no
since
good.
he's coping about how easy the raid is, I
Yeah.
thought he would give us something
You'd be
earlier.
your
Okay,
copium?
I'll be the copium. I'm saying Thursday.
Okay.
We'll see Mythic on Thursday late night, but we'll see Mythic on Thursday.
Okay.
We did actually get some really interesting info
Did we?
out of the Mythic kills that we have on the first boss already. Apparently, you get heroic wooey items from the boss.
Heroic what?
So the bind on warband items, warband
Okay.
equipped
The
items.
wooey?
Yeah. Dratnos has, I think, coined the wooey
Oh,
term
wooey.
for those.
Oh,
But yeah,
that
no,
makes
those
sense.
drop heroic level now. Before those were capped to like normal. So that could actually make. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm bringing this up. That could make Mythic splits be actually a thing.
Oh no, don't say that.
Because you could get heroic items that would fill slots that you were unlucky enough to get.
Do you remember?
I'm sorry for bringing it up.
Last year when we did Mythic BOE splits.
Yes.
I heard there were some changes to BOE to make that not possible anymore.
They said they changed the way that BOEs work. So last raid, you could farm all of the trash in the raid, have a chance to get Mythic BOE drops. You could soft reset the instance. Some people were finding a way to actually just hard reset the instance. Normally, a soft reset takes about 30 minutes to reset, and then go farm all the trash again. They say they changed it by making it a weekly lockout, only from very specific like boss trash mobs in the raid, which means you can't just infinitely farm BOEs anymore. So there's probably not going to be any of that this time around if that works properly.
All right. Hopefully, no BOE splits. Fingers crossed. There's no ways to circumvent that, and hopefully, no Mythic splits in general. I would not like that very much. I don't know how you're feeling about that. I want Mythic to be go time.
I'm running out of things to talk about. It's only day 1.
I mean, you'll get more stuff to talk about every single time we see a new boss.
That's true.
We haven't really taken a look at Muxie Heroic. We haven't really taken a look at Gallywix Heroic. We know Instant Dollars have at least downed Muxie and One Armed Bandit on Heroic thus far. Team Liquid and their splits have not. So more stuff to come, for sure.
Well, there's like interesting information from that as well. Like Instant Dollars, obviously they've been like a top 5 guild in the world for a few tiers now, right? Yeah. When they do their splits, historically they've done like 5 or 6 splits, which is still a lot, but still nothing compared to, you know, Echo or Liquid Method doing like 15 plus splits. They usually do a split of like 20 to 25 raiders and like 5 to 10 helpers per split. And the number for pull counts on the bosses, they were able to kill One Armed Bandit in 3 pulls. It took them almost 30 pulls to kill Mugsy on Heroic with that many raiders in the group. So even Mugsy can be another step up in difficulty from One Armed Bandit. And I don't think we have too much information on Gallywix still. I don't know if they pulled him at all. So still a lot of information, and we're still just in Heroic. We need a lot of information to figure out how to split these bosses.
I'm actually excited to see Heroic Gallywix. I love that they have started making Heroic end bosses harder. Like, that's actually sometimes, or most of the times nowadays, an Heroic end boss will be harder than the first Mythic boss.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool. I think for those people who only raid Heroic, who don't venture into Mythic, to have like that big successful downing of a boss on that end boss, I think that's great. I want it to be that way.
Yeah, it also, I mean, makes maybe Mythic a little bit less intimidating, knowing that you downed a Heroic boss.
Yeah.
Say, oh, you know, maybe the first couple of them are doable.
Definitely. I mean, those guilds that have cleared Heroic final boss usually are well capable of killing the first, if not the first couple Mythic bosses too.
Yeah, you will see a lot of 2 out of 8 guilds raiders this time around towards the end there.
I'm curious if it's going to be like, obviously we were talking about this already, but like with the first boss enabling 4 bosses to take as a path, I'm really curious on how that tuning is going to look like, and like, are they all the same difficulty? Is like one going to be way easier or one going to be way harder? We don't know. It looks like maybe one is harder.
Yeah, and I mean, the other thing as well is when they do finally get to the Heroic Gallywix part of their splits, they have to rebalance everything, because that's probably the most valuable boss in terms of the pieces of gear you can get from the boss, right? Not only are the curios available, which help you round out your 4 pieces on any characters that were unlucky to get them, but there's very rare items like the Jaster Diamond, which is the very rare ring that's very powerful this raid. Eye of Kazan, even though it got nerfed, it's still one of the best stat stick trinkets for a ton of different characters in this raid. So they're going to be farming those not only on Heroic, but also on Normal if they're not lucky enough to get a Heroic one. So they have a lot of thinking to do. There's going to be a lot of rebalancing of splits. There's a lot of work left before we get into Mythic still.
Well, there's work left, and there's also play left, because we do have a preparation for a giveaway for you guys, because every single time Raiders are going to go to dinner, we'll have an Alienware Marbles giveaway for you guys, where you can win an Area 51 PC. Now today, that PC is not up for grabs just yet.
Dang it.
But it will be tomorrow. Today we're stress testing, so we kind of need your help to give you something. In order to participate, there should be a marbles opening up, and you should be able to participate with exclamation mark
I want to sign up. Don't open it yet.
We need you guys to hop on in there. Casters can do it now too, of course, because there's no giveaway running for it just yet. We need you to hop in there to really make sure we can run all of the marbles. And we were even saying, Zyro, we might like play-by-play it.
Well, that would be fun.
Maybe we'll play-by-play the marbles just for funsies to see how it works out. And then once that stress test is successful, we're hoping to run the giveaways for that starting tomorrow. So please hop on in there. We're going to have marbles during dinner break every single day. Is it working? Are people exclamation mark play?
Exclamation point play.
Very good, very good.
Some people haven't maybe played marbles also. It's basically a game.
Great,
it's completely RNG. You get a little marble associated with your Twitch name, and it just puts you down a random track, and the first person that gets to the end wins.
No, it's not RNG. You can type exclamation point and boost to make your marble go super fast.
No. He's lying.
That's a lie, but
not a
please
thing?
do. If you think it helps, it helps. You know, that's how that works. It's like those little things people do for good luck.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like rub their little finger or whatever. Like, if you think it helps, you're allowed to do exclamation mark boost, and also you're pranking chat with that. But in reality, nothing changes. It's really RNG.
You can see him chuckling.
Yeah,
He's lying to you.
it's he knows it.
He knows.
That's not vibe crafting. That's troll crafting. Anyway, we are also going to be going to dinner, and you know, maybe one of the casters will find themselves here to play-by-play marbles. I don't know. We'll see. But with that, we are going to dinner break. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors. First and foremost, to Coinbase, our presenting partner here at the Team Liquid Race to World First. But of course, also to Honda, to Secret Lab, to Monster Energy, Alienware, Hop. What are you doing?
What was happening?
Just Jack trying to walk through, but he's so tall, he still didn't manage it, despite crouching. MyBlue, RaiderIO, Wowhead, Warcraft Logs, the DungeonDojo, as well as our charity partner, the Pasadena Humane Society. So please check them all out. They're making this event possible. And good luck and the marbles, everybody. Will be watching.
How about this to celebrate our spring championship? I celebrated by getting a new Honda Civic Hybrid. With style, power, and fuel efficiency, it's next level awesome. Get in. Why didn't I think of this? How do you return a billboard?
This is Max, and here is the exact moment he saw a custom plush toy we made of him from scratch.
Wow, it's got, okay, so there's a lot going on here.
We here at Team Liquid have spent months turning all of our friends, family, and any famous people we can find a public address for into their own custom plushes based off our mascot, Blue. Which means we had to make one for everyone's favorite raid leader and WoW streamer, Maximum. The first thing we have to do is give Blue some facial hair. Using some fur and this deep, longing photo of Max, we remade his scruff 1-2-1.
It's got a crazy beard. I was certainly looking that homeless during the last race.
And Max's face would be unrecognizable without his glasses. Important for raiding and seeing. Then we realized he was still without clothes, so we made him decent with a custom jersey. And at this point, he looked a little less Max and a little more Seth Rogen in a t-shirt, so we added some memorable WoW items, Ramornia and the Gift of N'Zoth, both 3D printed and painted to match the game. Finally, we delivered it to Max to capture his reaction.
Look, he's real cute. He's got my little Harry Potter glasses on. I get to keep this, right? You can make your own. You just gotta go to tl.gg/myblue and you can customize it however you want.
What is this? Where's my secret lab?
This is your chair.
That's not my chair. It's in my contract, man. I only sit in secret lab chairs.
I use secret labs. This is some dog.
I guess he had it put in his contract to always be sitting in a secret lab chair. I mean, who does that? When did that happen?
Let's move my 2 to a 3 and my 5 to a 7. I'm gonna take a quick dinner around then. Actually, you know what? Instead of the 3, maybe move that to a 1. That way I don't have to come into the office until way later, hopefully. Hey. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
And welcome back from that Monster Energy listen in. The gamers are fed. They're back into heroic splits, and we are back to seeing a lot more split action as you see Sprocket, Monger, Lock, and Stock being played on a lot of these characters' computers. Tobo glancing at the camera as well. And I am Tettles, joined by Cams and Zyronic. Cams, this is your first time on the desk today.
First time this race.
How have you been feeling so far about the race?
I like it. I wish more of it was inside the raid, or like I forget the name of the place.
The
Bellagio something?
Bellagio.
Oh, okay, yeah, the Bellagio, yeah.
But I love the aesthetic. I've been hearing that a lot. Everybody likes how it looks and likes the new zone. Yeah, I'm vibing.
I've seen a lot of people making comments about wanting to actually get back into raiding after seeing kind of what the raid looks like too, which is it's pretty crazy.
How do you feel about it? Because I know you haven't been raiding for a few tiers.
Well, Blizzard's giving me a dinar, so I don't need to raid anymore.
Dude, I'm loving it, though. This is such a cool raid. We've been talking about this all day, honestly. One of the coolest themes we've seen. But I think the bosses themselves individually really fit the aesthetic of the raid as well. And I mean, we were talking specifically a lot about the boss that they're currently on in their splits. The one that they're clearing up to in Sprocket, Monger, Lock, and Stock. Just pretty difficult encounter for really only being like halfway into the raid.
Yeah. And with the Race to World First, we also have to thank our great sponsors that allow us to be able to put on such a fantastic production. And those are Coinbase, Honda, Secret Lab, Monster Energy, Alienware, MyBlue, RaiderIO, Wowhead, Warcraft Logs, and DungeonDojo. So thank you guys all so much for sponsoring this great event and allowing us to put it on. And we also have our presenting partner, Coinbase. If you go to tl.gg/CoinbaseRWF, you can get $20. You know what's better than $10, Cams?
20.
20, exactly. And yeah, if you use Team Liquid 20, you are going to be able to get that. There's also chances for other prizes, including a signed Team Liquid jersey. That jersey's fire that you see on screen right there. It's got Cauldron of Carnage, which a lot of the apparel for this season has Cauldron of Carnage on it. I think that this is a great pick. Again, tl.gg/CoinbaseRWF.
It says you get a signed jersey when the kill kills a boss. I think we're doing it also every day as well.
Oh.
So a lot of jerseys up for grabs. So make sure you sign up.
You know what we also got?
What's that?
I've negotiated a trade offer with Coinbase just for you guys. A trade offer.
Oh, yeah?
There might be potential for one of you guys in chat, one of you.
One?
To potentially, hypothetically of course, come and visit the next Race to World First. Come to sunny Santa Monica, California and visit in person. And so yeah, Coinbase will fly you out and get a VIP look at the next race.
How long will he be here? Do we know?
It's a good question. I'm still in negotiating process, but I've gotten the terms in the sense of you will be flied out and you'll get a VIP look at the next race. If, again, tl.gg/Coinbase and use promo code TeamLiquid20, you also get $20 free and a lot of opportunities for other free cool giveaways. So
exciting. White House Crypto Summit coming up on the 7th, I believe. So get in now.
That's right.
That's right.
All right, so we're going to get into the raid a little bit in just a couple seconds. We have been seeing some splits. I think it's kind of interesting. You guys were kind of talking about one-armed bandit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Silken Court and Queen Answer were actually very difficult to split last year as well. But whenever you saw the Wednesday, the Thursday come up, and more players were able to actually get into Mythic Plus and get a little bit more loot, then those difficult bosses, Nexus Princess Kai'Veza was also really hard too to split. And as the helpers ended up getting more loot as well from Mythic Plus, that allowed these split runs to be a lot more smooth. I kind of suspect Bandit's going to be similar. You know, tomorrow, potentially even Thursday, the splits of one-armed Bandit are going to be better. But what do you guys think about Muggsy, Gallywix? Either of those really splittable with helpers?
I actually want to check something really quick, because before the dinner break, we had a little bit of information on specifically those two bosses, One-Armed Bandit and Muggsy. Only one guild had killed those bosses, and it was instant dollars.
Okay.
They still run splits, but their splits are a lot less severe when you comparing them to what Liquid's doing with their 15-15 split in heroics. Instant dollars is more on like a low 20s raiders, and then filling the other 7-8 slots with helpers. And their helpers are usually like very close friends of the guild that they're confident in their ability to play pretty well. So little bit different from just taking pugs that have gear. So I'd say that the overall like average level of their split is going to be higher based off of that. They killed One-Armed Bandit in 3 pulls in their first split.
That's not bad.
Which is pretty quick. Took them 27 pulls to kill Muggsy.
Oh.
So there was a little bit of prog going on that heroic boss.
That's like a mythic boss.
So if Liquid was having issues in the 15-15 split on One-Armed Bandit, how much more difficult are the Muggsy splits going to be? Are they going to have to start to consolidate and maybe do like 20-10 split on those at some point? Who knows?
Okay, I'm a bit lost in the split sauce right now. They've done some heroic.
Yeah, so about 6 hours ago, they realized, okay, normal's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Let's go see what heroic is like. And they went for their first foray into heroic. They killed the first 4 bosses pretty easy. Little bit of difficulty on Locketmonger, right?
Sprocketmonger, yeah. That's his name, yep.
Lock and Stock. Can't say his name 3 times fast. There's no way.
Lock, yeah.
A little bit of difficulty there, but they got it down pretty quickly. Then they had a couple. They had their 2 splits working on one arm band at the same time. Didn't get any super low pulls and decided to call it and just do 5 of 8. So they've been doing 5 of 8s for the past 3 hours or so now.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense on what I'd expect the difficulty curve to be.
It's one of those things that by far the most valuable bosses in this raid are One-Armed Bandit and Gallywix. So those are the bosses that you're looking for, the premium items. You have some very rare items with the best in slots. You also get the House of Cards off of One-Armed Bandit, and then there's like the Jaster Diamond, and there's like Aya Kazan and a bunch of other good trinkets that are off Trade Prince Gallywix. And so those are the 2 bosses those bosses define what character is your main in Heroic almost exclusively because the loot from there is such a premium, basically.
Okay. Yeah, Muggsy, I can see how that one's very chaotic. I'm so curious to see Gallywix on Heroic. There's probably some kill videos out there, actually. But on normal, it seemed pretty simple. So
I don't think Gallywix has been killed.
Gallywix hasn't been killed yet. It's the
not on Heroic ever? Oh,
no.
Okay.
We are
Must be
still
difficult then.
only with instant dollars having killed Muggsy. XD
Okay.
has joined them as killing One-Armed Bandit, but those are the only 2 guilds in the world that have killed One-Armed Bandit on Heroic right now.
Yeah, and I took myself by surprise seeing that somebody had killed the first boss on Mythic, and I was like, wait, how did they do that? Oh, that's because Mythic's out this week. I got Heroic week brain switch back and forth.
Yeah.
So looking at the raid that we have on the main monitor right here, it looks like we might be back to normal splits here. Because we are heading to One-Armed Bandit, and I believe I'm only seeing 5 or 6 Liquid Raiders in the group. Yeah, all of Group 1 plus Nick, if I'm not mistaken. So we might be back to doing normals now?
Yeah, I mean, they've got so many splits to get through. Do you guys have predictions on when we exit splits and get into Mythic proper?
Friday?
Yeah, I'm thinking Friday also, unfortunately.
You know, maybe some of the easier bosses end up getting killed like somewhere at the later point of Thursday.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll ever go do some of those bosses and then come back to splits. There might be a reason for it. I'm not the big brain spreadsheet Siori.
I don't know. I feel like once you start the splits for the day, it kind of turns your brain to mush, and then you just like commit to doing splits all day.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you gotta get in the flow state, you know?
I do think Gallywix and Muggsy are probably candidates for full Liquid Guild split runs, like where after you've identified probably what's going to be your main character, you know, then you do the splits like that, kind of similar to what we saw from Ansarek during Heroic Week last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that, especially because they've cut out so many of their little extra characters, and so they have way fewer options to try and go gear. Where now it's like Fired Up has 12 potential mages. I'm sure it's pared down from now, but that they have to like get through. Or is it 12?
It's so Mix was told him the minimum amount that any of their raiders have characters prepared is 14. So everyone has at least 14 characters. They might not all be of the same type. I mean, we saw Fired Up playing Washed Up earlier, his Elemental Shaman. So they might have a few different off-spec classes.
Take a look at that top right-hand corner. Our production was actually so kind as to make it a little bit bigger there.
Oh.
And
yeah, we're in normal.
I think is that not the Heroic Skull?
Is the Heroic one scarier?
The Heroic one's a little scarier than this.
Okay, a little bit scarier? Okay.
Also, I did just check the Discord, and they're in 5 groups.
All right,
which means I'm pretty sure they're in normal. They went down to 2 for Heroic earlier.
Very good.
Yeah, they've got new group names this time. Also 5. Which I'm guessing, yeah, it's probably just the normal. We gone over their names?
I don't think we've talked about the group names, or we didn't last section.
Secret Tech.
Either.
We got the Jug Juicers. Gundin Mandins.
That's been Shakib's Discord name for the past couple of months, and I have no idea what it's referencing.
Okay, makes sense. Severed Splits. Just a basic one there. Happy Hill.
Yep,
I'm going to guess that one's got Fired Up. Maybe Lippin' It, Hill Gang. And then 5 Big Booms.
That's the Tobo split for sure.
I wonder if maybe someone in chat knows who's winning. I think there was a bit of competition between them, but maybe with them switching between normal heroic, they've kind of evened out.
Well, they've just had to start over, yeah, after dinner, so the competition starts to run wild. I mean, we can kind of see here on our screen, we've got a few different other POVs on our side monitor. We can kind of update you guys on who's winning. We got a lot of people on one-arm bandit right now.
All right, you know who's winning? Trade Prince Tettles.
Oh!
I come with a deal. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been in contact with John Blizzard himself. And
The John Blizzard?
Jonathan Blizzard, actually, his son. His father's name was John, so he has to go by Jonathan.
Okay.
He's given me some codes to give away to you guys. So with those codes, you can potentially win a Grizzly Hills Packmaster, an Auspicious Arborworm, or the Winter Witch Bundle. This is open to NA or EU. And the way you enter, a very simple hashtag Undermine in chat to be able to get a chance to win. Keep an eye on your DMs from the mod so they can give you out the code if you won. This is eligible for NA and EU servers. You're welcome, chat.
Fancy.
Very exciting.
Thank you, Tettles.
Yeah, Trade Prince Tettles, please.
Trade Prince Tettles. Sorry,
That's right.
I forgot the title. I apologize.
Deal Maker. It's just in theme with the raid.
Yeah.
As it should be.
I think I'm a gambler. I don't have a official title. Degenerate Gambler Cams.
I think we get a cane like Gallywix. I think I could rock one of those.
Oh yeah.
That'd be sick.
Should show up to your next date. Do you think you have a date this time?
Can we get Trade Prince Tettles a cane?
Come and twirl in it.
That's right.
Perhaps with a fancy
Maybe with a
gemstone
cane I
on
could
the
have gotten a
top?
second date.
Like flipping a coin.
Exactly. But instead, the only thing I got were these codes to give away. Again, hashtag Undermine in chat to be entered for a chance to win. Are they spamming it?
They are spamming it.
Very
the spam
good.
is happening.
Great work, chat.
Chat spam hashtag Undermine if you want free codes.
And then also,
courtesy of John Blizzard.
And then also type TY Trade Prince Tettles.
You don't have to type that to win the giveaway, but we appreciate it if you do.
Yeah, exactly. It was a hard fought negotiation tactic.
You might get a multiplier on your entry. You type in Trade Prince Tettles.
Don't do that.
Very good.
Yeah, that's TY Trade Prince Tettles, all one word.
Yeah, sure, good enough. Yeah.
This is maybe this one-armed bandit. Maybe my favorite boss aesthetically. I like the room and everything.
This
and
guy's
that he's just a big old slot machine. I love it.
This guy's got freak show voice lines.
Oh, does he? I haven't heard them.
Yeah. He's just like yelling the entire time.
Mechanically, this is just a ridiculously difficult boss. And it's part of the reason why I think they decided to just relax on the heroic splits for now, because something we were talking about last caster segment was that today is going to by far be the hardest day to do these bosses and splits, because your helpers, the pool of people that can help you with is just going to keep getting higher and higher in item level from Mythic Plus farming.
100%. I think that you come back tomorrow, you come back the day after they've done Mythic Plus, and you bring your helpers back in, and this fight is 20% easier.
Yeah, true. This one, there's like 6 combos, right, of the coins. I forget what they all are. It's like shock, bomb, flame, coin.
Coin, yeah.
And then you do like shock coin, flame coin.
There are 6
shock
different
bomb,
combos.
6 combos,
Yeah.
and then you do all 6 of them, and then he phases.
Yep.
Okay.
You can't do the same combo twice, otherwise you wipe, pretty much.
Yeah. Not only that, but there's a time limit on how fast you have to kill the 2 ads on. And if you don't, it's pretty much an instant wipe. He gains like 500% damage.
Yeah.
So you pretty much instantly die. So there's not only just the overall boss DPS check, you want to get him as low as possible before you hit phase 2 so you don't die to the the soft enrage in that phase. But also you need to make sure you have the proper damage allocation to kill off these ads before the time limit's gone. And then you also have to deal with all the different combinations as well.
The Mythic mechanic makes those ads shielded until they get hit by one of the coins that spawn out of the boss, and it's not shielded in the sense of it spawns with a shield, but it can't drop below 75% HP.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That was a tough look.
I was gonna say, I believe, are we on shock flame? The little pylon came out and then some flames. Okay. And then I don't know if this was some misinformation, but on the sides of the room, if he's not looking, it's like right at the top of his screen. I think it shows the combos you need to do or have done. They're like on little machines back there floating above their heads.
Yeah,
I could be
believe
wrong,
they're
though.
there.
That is a good question and not something I've ever actually noticed, so you might be onto something.
It
I heard
seems
somebody
like-
bring it up, but I may be confused.
It seems like this raid and this tier, they've obviously spent a lot of time and attention on making sure the quality of life of the visuals of the gameplay is much higher, right? Making sure that if you need to know something about the encounter you're on, they can show it to you with the game interface or something on the screen that doesn't have that replaces what you would use a weak aura for, right? They want to make the game more accessible to people that don't use add-ons. So I would not be surprised at all if that's the case. I haven't actually seen it myself, but I've seen some icons on the edge, but I'm not sure if that's just the combinations you've been using.
Cams, what did you think of the redone swirlies?
I love them.
They're so good, man.
They're so nice. I was just about to bring that up. The soak one, I'm not used to it. But maybe no, they still did a little big swirl in the air, right?
Of course.
Yeah. But yeah, I loved it. It's just defined, about time.
Generated. Oh, there's a house of cards. Love to see that.
Oh, there's the miniature roulette wheel, the ring that's got random stats on it. It's like a 5,000, 2,000 budgeted ring that can roll random stats.
Oh, that's fun.
It's like the old Conclave of the Four Winds rings.
Or roulette.
From way back in the day.
Everything on black.
Four Winds.
First
That
boss
Bastion?
in the Alakir raid.
Oh, okay.
It literally only dropped jewelry with random stats.
Okay, I forget.
First
but I'll
round
believe you.
Cataclysm.
No, I remember the boss now that you bring it up, but I don't remember the rings. Onto the Mugsy. This boss, he looks so plain for the penultimate boss, but the mechanics come out so fast. It's pretty ridiculous, and I don't even understand how it can be done on Mythic, because you have to use one side's mechanics to deal with the other sides.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
it seems
it's a very elaborate dance. Basically, during testing, especially Mythic testing, if you're YOLOing it and you don't really have a good strat implemented beforehand, it is a very difficult fight to YOLO. It's kind of similar to how Silken Court was, in my opinion, during a bunch of the raid testing, where the moment that you actually see what the full strat is for the fight, where people are moving, when you're actually walking over that middle line, what you're using when you're using it to blow up those mines, dealing with the goon cages as well, how you're actually dealing with all of that appropriately, it makes the fight substantially easier. And I think that that's something that Racer World First Guilds are going to pave the way a lot. And that's something that they've probably put 20, 30, 40 hours in just devising the exact perfect strategy for what that fight's going to look like on Mythic.
That's a good point.
I feel like it's very similar to Silken Court in that regard.
And also, I kind of get the sense that Blizzard probably would have watched what they did last raid, with Silken Court specifically, where they went in with just 10 people to get all of the timers on the fight.
Yeah.
And be able to time out the whole fight. I hope Blizzard was watching and made this fight so that you couldn't really do that. 'Cause that would be a lot more fun to watch. Imagine Silken Court with them actually learning each phase.
Well,
one at a time.
This fight, this phase is whenever you push the boss, I want to say it's 40%, and it goes into phase 2, and then the boss is supposed to mechanic spam a bunch. Right now, he kind of does this thing where he's just Gatling gunning for 45 seconds, which feels a little bit weird. But he's supposed to spam mechanics from both sides at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've done some changes this raid, kind of back to the normal, where a lot of bosses push at percentages now, where everything, Ansarek was just timer based, and Silken Court, like you said, you could just take in less people and just kind of watch the whole fight play out.
Yeah.
I like that the DPS checks are back. I think it makes some bosses easier in some ways, because Ansarek, all the P1 damage mattered to the Enrage because all the health carried over.
Yeah.
And so just having back that kind of I assume a chill phase 1 on Gallywix, at least relative to P2 or P3, if there even are P2 and P3 in Mythic.
Yeah, well, I mean, it says in the Dungeon Journal it's only one phase, which
yeah,
a little bit weird. There's a bunch of stuff that they're willing to do with Mythic end bosses in terms of hiding stuff out of the Dungeon Journal.
Oh yeah, I mean, it could be normal phases, and they just don't want to let anyone know anything.
Could be like Gul'dan, though.
It could be like Gul'dan, yeah. Gul'dan was really interesting, not only because of the secret phase, because the Mythic mechanics on that fight, having the soft cap of range targets for certain mechanics, and then also just the fact that the final phase was just, well, not the final phase, the third phase before the Mythic phase was literally just the heroic phase, but ramped up 100%.
Okay, I figured it out.
What's it?
So you see Mugsy on screen right here.
Mm-hmm.
You know who he looks like?
Cho'Gall.
Cho'Gall. So after you defeat Trade Prince Gallywix, he summons Cho'Gall.
I think they've done that before.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do it again. You know, classic.
They've done Nefarian a couple times. No, you're onto something. They've done Ragnaros a couple times.
Hardcore's been done like 3 times too.
We've had like 3 classic freshes.
Your Ragnaros could come out of the middle. There's like a little hole for him on Gallywix.
The even better one is, what if you have to drive your new cars around the boss?
You have to drift around the donut?
I get motion sick with drive.
Kalamazi's interested. What do you think about that? What if the secret phase on Gallywix is you have to get in your brand new go-karts that you got from the Undermine? You have to drift. You have to hit perfect drifts around the boss. If anyone runs into a wall, you instantly wipe.
Cams, what do you think about the? I mean, you're talking about the damage checks and percentage-based phase pushing, but that creates execute as probably some of the most valuable damage profile that you can have in this raid. Do you like the? I wouldn't say overemphasis, but the emphasis on execute being back?
I think it's good for some. Not every fight, but yeah, for some, I like having that as like a thing you need to think about rather than just a bonus.
Yeah,
I guess. But yeah, that's a good point. This boss is 40%, right? That he pushes.
I think it's 40. It might be 50.
5,
okay.
4, 3.
So you're past 50 now.
1.
Decent execute then range.
Yeah, so he starts like spinning around and like shooting a Gatling gun kind of thing whenever he pushes.
Yeah, and he's like, he like charges around.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think as a player, anyways, I would trade that any day, even if I didn't have an execute, just to make like the phases leading up to the end more chill. 'Cause it started, I think, in Sepulchre. They started doing that, where they were more timer based than percent based. I remember that was really difficult on the jailers because P1 on the jailer was so hard, and you had to do like crazy damage the whole way through the fight. So I would take that. I think like Ansarek would have been so much easier if they didn't have to like completely min-max like every little step of the fight, and couldn't. Because normally P1's DPS check would be pretty easy.
Yeah.
P2 would be probably kind of the hardest part of the fights, and then P3 would be, I wouldn't say the easier parts, maybe hectic, but you just didn't get there so often, like on the typical 3-phase fight. And yeah, just with the Ansarek and Jailer and some of those bosses, you just had to be like perfect the entire way through. Yeah, so I would take that trade any day.
I wonder what the thought process behind going back into normals was as well. It might just boil down to the thing we were talking about earlier, where they just want to wait for helpers to get more gear, so it's a little easier to splits.
Absolutely. I think it's probably mostly that.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to. I don't say waste. I don't think you want to spend time pulling one-armed bandit if it's going to potentially take your split 5 to 10 pulls to be able to kill it on day 1, when it would only take you 2 to 3 pulls on day 2. After you get some more
gear. That makes sense, especially when you have the context of they need to kill these bosses like 15 times.
Exactly. And I would even be okay with. Okay, I don't know. Maybe not. As I say, maybe I'd even be okay if they did it on Thursday. But I think that on Thursday we're going to need to start doing Mugsies and Gallywix kills.
Yeah. Obviously, faster is better, right? Because every day spent doing heroic and normal splits is another day that you're not in Mythic, and of course, getting the bosses down on Mythic is the race.
And if you see on the left side on our Coinbase leaderboard, there are 3 guilds who have actually killed 1 out of 8 on Mythic. So it seems like 1 out of 8 is quite easy.
Okay. Only one of the guilds, of course, the most recent one that has killed Vexy, has actually gone and even pulled a second boss yet. So we've got Diva, who has pulled one of the bosses and gotten it to 88%.
So you can go to Rick Reverb, Sprocket Monger, or Cauldrons of Carnage.
I think you can go to. You can also go to Styx Bone Chucker as well.
Oh, and Styx Bone Chucker.
Sure,
Sorry,
you can go to all 4.
And Styx Bone Chucker. Yeah, you're right. You're right. My mistake. And Styx Bone Chucker. So you can actually go to 4 of those bosses there. It's probably Cauldrons of Carnage that they went to second. That was the second easiest fight during testing. In theory, they could have gone to Richard Reverberations, but
we love Rick Reverb.
I believe Cauldron of Carnage drops the first boss eye level, right? I think the first boss and Cauldron of Carnage drop the same eye level, and then Junker and Rick Reverb drop the same.
Okay.
It's tiered up every time.
Yeah. So based on that, maybe that's how you can tell which one's supposed to be easier. Yeah, I can't wait for Mythic. Another thing to take into consideration is they want to, they want to get the splits done as quick as possible, but they also don't want to get into Mythic before they're ready, because then they're just giving away info to the Europeans.
That's a really good point. I do think the Europeans are gonna have enough info, though. You could go see the kills of the first bosses
That's
if
true.
you really cared.
I think the big thing, the focus for them is to make sure they are absolutely maximizing the splits. Liquid as a guild has sometimes run into the problems in the past where they have sort of rushed splits a little bit, and Echo or Method took a little extra time on splits, maybe got like half an eye level to an eye level extra of gear, and were able to more easily kill a DPS check boss because of it. So the last thing Liquid wants to do is just rush it and not absolutely perfect these splits. They will make sure they get every last upgrade they can possibly get out of these splits before they worry about Mythic.
Yeah, I remember Sylvanas, that was a big thing. I don't remember the exact splits breakdown of both the guilds, but Liquid had so close wipes on that fight.
Oh yeah.
It was so bad that tier 2 because of how Shards of Domination worked, where there was multiple layers of RNG. It was looting the shards, it was looting the Chaos shards because you needed the Chaos bonus, and then it was looting the pieces of gear, because we were also on personal loot at the time. It was looting the pieces of gear that were able to actually obtain those Shards of Domination inside of them. And so Echo at the time ended up having basically one item level over complexity limit at that point, and that was cursed. I mean, that was literally raid losing. But now they're doing... What's the situation with 5 simultaneous splits?
They're just trying to make their normal splits go as quickly as possible.
How is it? Who is tanking?
Everyone. They have a lot of people tanking. Anybody that can tank is tanking.
Atlas usually tanks.
Yep.
Boomy's tanking.
Yips and
Shakib is tanking.
Scott.
Some of these splits.
Yeah.
Got Scott tanking splits. They got Yips tanking splits.
Shay's tanking as well, I think.
Shay, one of the new guys. I haven't met him yet.
Where's he from?
No clue.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to say UK.
Oh, really? Okay.
I want to say UK.
England is my city, so that's a good point.
What's your city?
That's a country.
If it weren't for Team 10, then the US would be bad.
Explain.
I
Or does it
don't
need to
know
know?
what he's saying.
Don't worry about it.
There's a bit I'm missing here.
Don't worry about it.
I mean, even on normal, this is getting pretty hectic. You have like half the raid dead.
It's just a lot of mechanics. Again, this fight is heavy coordination check. Again, once you see other guilds do it, the fight becomes a lot easier because you're moving the boss in the correct spots. Everybody's going to be positioned in an appropriate manner, and then it just becomes a lot easier again. But there are a lot of mechanics on this boss. It feels very Silken Court-esque.
I have a very important question from chat, and this is a good point. Rude Dinosaur, I agree with you completely. This is Shay's first raid at Liquid HQ, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, as someone from the UK, do you think he's adjusting to the amount of seasoning Chef Heidi uses in her food?
Ooh. It is pretty seasoned. How does he look? Is he looking pleased, or is he looking discomfort?
He's looking like he's standing in front of Gallywix right now.
Yeah, we can see Shay on another monitor. See secret Shay cam.
We'll
Do you happen to know what he's playing? I've seen him on Demon Hunter. I don't know the other.
I think he's got a lot of druids.
I've seen him on a lot of druids.
I think he might be feral.
I think he is a cat.
Yeah, I might have to go sneak a look at the spreadsheet. Ooh, no leaky.
Looks like this split's actually wiping a Mug Z.
No.
Yeah, Mug Z.
What's the name of this split? Hold on. Let's see what group's saying it.
Oh yeah, call him out. Another thing, a few of these bosses have like boss hits 100% energy, wipe, over. I believe Mugsy's like that, and I think One Arm Bandit also.
Oh no, that's Happy Hill that's wiping. Oh
Happy
no.
Hill gang, no.
Is that like a Shakib split?
I think that's the Fired Up split.
Oh.
Part of Hill Gang?
Well, Shaq is also part of Hill Gang.
Well, in spirit. He's not actually from the hills.
No, he's from up north.
The actual Hill Gang is Fired Up Lip and Cam's
Yeah,
here.
it was me.
Oh,
they're part of the hills.
Are Utah, Idaho, all part of the hills?
We're all
Is
in
it just-
Utah.
Oh, you're all in Utah?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, the Hill Gang.
I don't know why I thought one of them was in Idaho.
I don't know why they're downgrading our beautiful mountains, but
What do you mean downgrading?
To hill.
Oh, to hill.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Should be mountain men.
Did we get a Jaster Diamond? Very important. That ring.
We do. They have one, yeah.
Oh, they
It's
do?
huge. They got one. That's great.
That's elite. That is by far the best item that can drop off here. Eye of Kazan is also a very, very valuable trinket. I think pretty much everybody in the raid's going to want it.
Okay.
See Lip hovering over there for us. Thank you, Lip.
But the Jaster Diamond is a very rare item that drops off of Gallywix, and so that's big.
That nice white ring you see there.
This is going to be very reminiscent of Rashanan and Sick Ran, whenever you guys were watching the splits last year.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy how they've made 2 end bosses in a row that have a very rare ring on them.
True.
The Queen Answer ring was also quite valuable.
The Jaster Diamond, I think, is a cooler one.
I think it is better, too.
It's also got better stats.
Yeah, it's high haste, low mastery, which is good for a ton of classes. Almost every class, to be honest.
They got to stop putting crit and versatility on things.
Yeah, man. Crit verse specs should not be played.
Only fake specs want crit or verse.
Yeah, exactly.
Real specs are haste or mastery. Probably both, though.
Oh, this is Jug Juicers. We got a nice little... Did I miss out on the other one?
Let's go, Jug Juicers.
Yeah, Lip. Sent from the hills to the jugs.